Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another live chat here on Board Archive. Thanks for coming to hang out here for a little bit. Today's live chat's going to be a little bit abbreviated. I got a ton of stuff going on right now. I'll do a quick update and then I'm going to try to answer as many questions as I can for you guys, anything snowboard related. So go ahead, start dropping those comments. Let me know where in the world you're joining us from. It's always awesome to hear where you guys are at. And I'll jump into that in just a second. So, first off, this is going to be the last live chat for me in Whistler for a little while. I'm actually moving out of my place in Whistler right now. I'm going to be gone for the next 2 months. Won't be back in Whistler till October. So basically full on packing, moving right now. It's a little bit hectic, but wrapping that up. Got a couple more days to finish that up. And then, as the title of the video suggests, going to be doing some big trips with Kevin coming up. So make sure you're subscribed over at Snowboard Pro Camp if you're not already. And the first of which we're leaving Thursday morning, going to be going to Chile, South America, flying into Santiago. Very excited for that. Going to meet up with our friends Rav and Yannick as well. Going to be down in Chile for about 2 weeks. And then after that, the plan is New Zealand and Australia. For basically, I'm going to be there for the entire month of September. So, flying in or leaving North America on September 2nd, and then New Zealand for a little while, Australia for a little while, and then at the end of September, I'm going to be actually hanging out near Sydney. So if any of you guys are down in Sydney and you want to hang out, hit me up. It'd be cool to meet up with some people looking at doing a few different things. Originally was looking at scuba diving, kind of maybe switching gears and maybe doing some cable park wakeboarding. So looking forward to all that, and that's basically what's on the agenda coming up for the next couple of months. So it's pretty exciting. Can't wait to get into all that and share some videos with you guys. And for now, let's see what comments we got going on here. Shout out to everybody who's on the chat. We got Blood Brother, In Motion SLB. What up, Yannick? New board. What's up? That picture's Cardrona, isn't it? I missed the vids by David this New Zealand winter season, and I bet he's missing the snow too. Definitely, man. Yep, that is a photo from the top of the little hike up to the one of the peaks at Cardrona there. I thought I'd just use that as the thumbnail since we're going to be talking about traveling to New Zealand. So, yeah, super stoked to get back down there and hopefully link up with David Jones as well, maybe in Auckland. Or if you can make it down, to Cardrona, that'd be amazing, but we'll see what happens. Osvaldo, stuck in traffic in Colorado Springs. Sorry to hear, man. Thanks for hopping on the chat, though. TJ Mose, Matt C, Adam Searles. What's up, guys? All right, so Osvaldo coming with the super chat. Thank you, man. Your mountain bike video was dope, mate. Want to try it? Is it hard? It's pretty intense, honestly. Mountain biking is kind of scary. This is my, I guess, second season mountain biking, you could call it. I had a mountain bike a couple of years ago back in Colorado and rode maybe like 15, 20 days, mainly trails around the city there. I did, I think, one day at Trestle Bike Park, one day at Granby Ranch Bike Park in Colorado, and then basically other than that, it's just been Whistler. So I maybe have like 45 days on the bike now, and yeah, being on the rocks and in the trees, it's definitely more intense, at least in my opinion, than going down a mountain with a lot of snow, snow and ice versus rocks and trees. So super fun though, and very stoked I was able to make the ride down from the summit, which I think, yeah, that's Whistler Peak right behind me there, and Green Lake. Super fun. The tech trails aren't my favorite. They're kind of scary, more technical, obviously. But the flow trails with like banked turns and little jumps, that's where it's at. So much fun. My very own. How much do you weigh? I weigh around 150 pounds. Rob Gams. What's up, dude? Thanks for hopping on and saying hey. Good luck at work today, man. Peter GRO, what's up, dude? Dream Chaser from Sydney, what's up, man? See you down in Sydney in not so long. We got Burke at 1 a.m. in Italy. Shout out to all of you guys staying up late in Europe. I appreciate you being on the live chat. Shout out to everyone down in the Southern Hemisphere as well. Appreciate you guys. Luca from Switzerland, Ethan McKinney, Sean Clapham. Can Burton make some good looking boards ever? They've got some good looking boards. They make so many. I mean, you know, you've really got to look across the whole line. They have a cool, like, Led Zeppelin themed powder board coming out this year. It looks pretty rad. Gavin Laird, when you're in New Zealand, are you going to Cardrona? Yes, the plan I think is pretty much to be exclusively in Cardrona pretty much for the snowboarding. Staying in Wanaka. Dream Chaser, thank you, man. No, I didn't get hurt at all. Actually, a few days before that video was filmed, I took a fall on a fire road and scraped up my back a little bit. But all good, gonna be totally fine for Chile, and the snowboard trip's coming up, so no more biking at this point, but I'm stoked to make that happen. Had some buddies in town too, if you guys saw the video. One of the guys was the dude that taught me how to snowboard 19 years ago, so it's awesome to get out here and ride some bikes with him and our good buddy Zach as well. Daniel Pincher from South Australia. Sean Clapham. I know, dude, that video is like one of the highest priority on the list, the DOA versus Super DOA. I could make one now just based off, you know, memory, but ideally I would like to ride the new DOA just to have it in recent memory and then do a proper comparison. But it's definitely coming up. Absolutely. Gavin. High Cascade was awesome, man. It's always great to get down to Oregon in the summertime. Mount Hood is like the place to be for snowboarding in North America in the summer. So had a great time down there for session 1 and session 3. Shout out to everybody who we met down there. Shout out to all the staff and the campers. It was awesome hanging out with everybody, getting on board a little bit in the summertime. Definitely check out High Cascade if you're looking to do some summer snowboarding. Dude Knight. Is David Jones trolling you on this live chat? I don't know, man. We'll see. It's always good to see David pop in. Newboard, yeah. Shoot me a DM, man. I'll hit you back sometime later today. Mac Pollo. Do you prefer snowboarding in Australia or New Zealand? Try not to start any wars. I think that they're both really, really different, man. And honestly, they both exceeded my expectations when we were down there last year. Looking forward to going back to both spots. I think I like the views in New Zealand more, and their park is really, really long, which is cool. You know, get that many hits in one lap. In Australia, it was a little more spread out, not as much vertical, but a larger resort. You know, I enjoyed them both. They're very different, man. I don't know if I could pick one, but maybe leaning towards New Zealand. What up, Mike from Texas? Appreciate you checking out the mountain bike video, man. And we got Moto P from Tokyo. That's what's up. Tom Bolox from Chile. Awesome, man. Heading down there on Thursday morning. Dream Chaser saying, I watched a video recently of you saying that moving to Colorado has changed your life. Curious to know how. Ooh, I don't remember. Was that during a live chat or in an actual video? But yeah, you know, I grew up in North Carolina on the East Coast, and being out in Colorado, just getting, you know, real powder snow, riding big mountains, having a large world-class resort, you know, very close by, definitely changed your perspective on what snowboarding can be and what you want to do on your snowboard. And for me personally, just the community and the friends that I have from North Carolina and the people that I met in Colorado, um, they they just made it a really awesome experience. And Colorado is definitely one of the best places to be in the world, in my opinion. So that's the short answer there. All right. Peter, is the Super DOA noticeably stiffer than the DOA? What's your opinion? Honestly, man, I think between the feet where the Super DOA is thicker, it is a little bit stiffer, but overall, I think that the tips in the Super DOA might actually be softer than the DOA. Um, so that's one of the reasons why I really want to have that fresh in my mind before I do the comparison video, so I can give you all those kinds of details and be accurate for you guys instead of trying to remember back a year or 2 years ago. I've ridden the last three DOAs, so I have a pretty good idea. But yeah, the DOA definitely has a more consistent flex throughout the whole board, whereas the Super DOA has that more dynamic kind of flex. Wes, any recommendations for which split board to get? I would go for the Jones Solution. I have the Explorer. I think it's called the Explorer. Basically a step down from the Solution, and if I could go back, I would just spend the extra couple $100 and get the Solution. Just a little bit better put together, more solid board. You get a little more tech out of it as well. Maybe even also considering something like the Hovercraft, but I think I would still go with Jones for sure. Jones is that's kind of where they excel in the all mountain backcountry split board kind of category. Excuse me, guys. Grant Zhao, what's up, man? J Dub from New Jersey. What's up, Morgan West? Thanks for checking out the Top of the World video. I appreciate it. I actually ran into Morgan at the Sky Bridge right after I filmed the intro to that video. So shout out to Morgan up here in Whistler. Capman from Sweden. Oh man, and we got 57 people on the chat right now. Thank you guys for hopping on the chat. I appreciate it. If you want to give the video a like, I would appreciate that as well. It helps out. See if we can get it to, we're at 12 likes right now. See if we can get it to 25. That'd be awesome. All right, Aloha Merlin. We got Gary from Queenstown. Next time you're in Queenstown, you have to come to Remarkables. I'll personally show you around. Definitely, man. I'd love to check out more of the resorts, around New Zealand. I didn't get the chance to last year. We're staying in Wanaka this year, but hopefully we'll get out to Queenstown at some point during the trip. So, yeah, that'd be awesome, man. We'll see if we can make it happen. Chris Henrik, what's up, dude? Dinan. Have you tried the Rosignol Angus? If so, what are your thoughts? Greetings from Argentina. I have not tried that Rossi board. I've only tried a handful. I've got the Jibsaw and oh man, there was a couple others. The One Mag and the Sushi. I think those are the three Rossi boards that I've tried so far. Ad Schlosser, are there any tricks you're gonna try to learn in the new season? Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still going to be kind of just trying to progress my jumping as much as I can. Maybe a few new rail tricks. I don't think there's anything like big that I have in mind that stands out, but just generally trying to get better at jumps and rotations, I think. So yeah, looking forward to Cardrona. Going to try to hit the pro line, like the biggest jumps they have out there at Cardrona this time. What's up, Rex HD? Sean Clapham, what do you think of Signal snowboards? A lot of people riding them at Mammoth and Bear. Yeah, man, I don't have anything bad to say about them, but I've never actually got to try one of their boards. I think they have like a direct selling model, which is why they're able to offer some boards at a really good price. They just sell it straight from them to you guys. I've hit them up, haven't got a response, haven't got any boards sent out, but I definitely would be open to trying out some Signals. Kyle Mack always throwing down on the Disruptor, makes that board look pretty awesome. Cameron Elliott. Hey TJ, do you think the Battalion Disaster makes for a good beginner's board for someone wanting to do a bit more park and freestyle riding? Definitely. Yeah, you know, the Disaster, it's going to have that true twin shape, soft flex. It's got the mellow 3BT on it, so it's going to be really catch free, good for butters, going to be pressable and easy to manage on rails and at slow speeds in the park. Great board for progression, and definitely would recommend it. Comes in at a good price point. That was one of the boards on my top beginner list last year, so definitely back that as a beginner board, the Battalion Disaster. Grant saying I should open up YouTube memberships. Oh, I'll have to look into that. I don't know if my channel's big enough to do that, but I'll look into it, man. You can also, if you want to donate to support, I have a Patreon. It's linked in the description if you want to check that out. Pretty much, you know, just for support. And if you guys want to do that, it helps out a ton. Going to be updating that in the near future, though, so we'll get some perks for you guys that are wanting to donate that way. Carlos asking about trick goals for next season. Yeah, dude, just gonna stay on that jump game. See how that goes. That's the main goal. If we had to focus it in on one thing. Burke, no bears this live chat. I hope not. I'm on my deck right now in Rainbow, so hopefully no bears sneaking up on me. If you guys were on the live chat, the last live chat here, I was kind of at the top of my neighborhood, just outside, a little bit of a higher vantage point, and a bear walked like within probably 30 feet of where I was standing, mid live chat. So that was a little sketch, but hopefully that never happens again. Adrian Venter from New Zealand. Glad to hear you're heading back this season. Dude, I'm stoked to head back to New Zealand, Adrian. It's going to be awesome. Some veggie pies. Hang out in Wanaka. See the Wanaka tree. Ride Cardrona. Taking those views. Derek B, what's up from Kentucky? Just booked my trip back to Keystone in January. Can't wait to get out there and shred. Love it there. That's what's up, man. Hopefully you got a good deal booking it in advance like this. But yeah, I'm sure January Keystone. Hopefully that it's a winter like it was this past year and you're just going to get bombarded with snow. Awesome, dude. I want to spend some time in Colorado again this year as well. And Dream Chaser just clarifying that that was a live chat that she heard me say that in Colorado, moving to Colorado. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. And they're saying Battalion Evil Twin versus Ride Twin Pig thoughts for an intermediate rider. Would like to get better at park and freestyle. I would go for the Evil Twin. The big advantage that the Twin Pig has is that it's wide and you can ride it at a shorter length. Which is fun. I'm going to be riding the Twin Pig a lot. I'm going to bring it to Chile and to New Zealand, Australia with me. So I'll be riding it in the park a lot. But pretty much as soon as I can get my hands on the 2020 Evil Twin, I'm going to be switching over to that board. So I think as far as park progression, the Evil Twin is going to make it easier. And it's just less catchy. You know, you're not gonna be having to worry about catching on jumps. You know, butters and that type of stuff. Anything sliding on the snow is gonna be way easier. Whereas the Twin Pig is a little more locked in, and you'll be able to lay the board over more for carves. So they're both camber dominant though, and like roughly similar flex. Joshua Hilson, have you tested any Roam boards? The National and their powder board specifically? No, I haven't ridden many Roam boards recently. I think the last Roam board I rode was an Artifact like 3 years ago. So I think, you know, they're a solid company. I think I've owned a Roam board in the past and it treated me fine. many years ago, but I haven't been able to review a lot of their stuff. So if you guys want to see some reviews on brands that aren't, that represented on the channel, hit them up, tag them on Instagram, tell them to hit me up, and that you want to see me review the board. That'd be really cool, actually, if you guys do that. All right, we got a super chat from J Dub. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I think we got another super chat. No question. Thanks for the support, Jay. I'll keep an eye out for any question that you had there. And we got Roy Forrest with the super chat. Hey TJ, is an ASIM board worth it, and how close does forward lean come to mimicking an ASIM side cut? Roy, man, so I think my view of the ASIM is that it's a noticeable addition to the board. It's something that you'll feel, but it's not something that I would buy a board just for that. If you had two boards that were very similar, like maybe the headspace and the box knife, maybe I'd go for the headspace just so you get the ASIM. They're very similar otherwise, so that could be a situation where I'm not sure what the price difference is between those two, but maybe if they're pretty similar, but one has ASIM, one doesn't, maybe go for the ASIM board to get that extra tech. But yeah, I wouldn't narrow it down just specifically for ASIM. The other stuff like the flex, the camber profile, the shape, that's more important, I think, overall than if it's just ASIM. And as far as forward lean mimicking it, I think forward lean definitely makes the heel side more responsive, but I can't ride park with forward lean. It feels super weird. It's fun if you're just carving, but with the ASIM, you kind of get that bonus on the heel side carves, and you can still ride zero forward lean if you want to. So I wouldn't say it's a replacement. V Mesian, saw your review on the Super Pig. Thank you, by the way. And would you say that it would be a solid tree board? I think it would do pretty well in the trees. The width is definitely going to be something that makes it a little slower edge to edge. It doesn't have a setback either, really. I don't think any setback. I think it's a centered stance with a directional shape. So, it has a slight taper. So, for powder trees, there's probably better boards out there. I think it'd be fine in the trees though. I wouldn't buy it for tree riding. I think it's more just like an all mountain kind of carving board, but I think it's going to do totally fine in the trees. And we got Matthew Sweeney with the $20 Australian super chat. Thanks so much, Matthew. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for supporting the channel, all of you guys. And he says, hey TJ, can't wait till you guys get over to Oz. #Australia Fund. Legend, man. Thank you so much. Super stoked to get back down there as well. Check out Perisher again and do some more boarding over there. And hang out in Sydney too. It's going to be awesome. James Morgan. Yo, TJ, do you think a War Pig would go good in Oz for an all-mountain jibber? Thanks heaps. Yeah, I think if you're looking for a solid all-mountain board that you're going to also use, for jibbing in the park, I think the War Pig is a great option. Yeah, especially, once that snow starts to get softer, it's still going to be able to do those aggressive turns without really losing your edge from heel or toe drag. Soft enough to hit the jibs with. Yeah, good choice. Igor from Moscow at 222. Dude, thank you so much for hopping on the chat, Igor. It's so rad to hear where you guys are at. People jumping on from all over. Zach asking, DOA versus Super DOA, is there much of a difference between the two of them ride-wise? I think that Yeah, the biggest thing is that the DOA is going to have that consistent flex throughout the board. The Super DOA gets a little bit softer as you get to the tips, maybe a little bit stiffer between the feet, and I want to say overall the flex is pretty similar with the DOA maybe being just slightly softer, pretty similar pop wise as well. Um, but there is a difference. There definitely is a difference between the two of them. I wouldn't say it's like huge. Like the biggest thing you're getting with the Super DOA is that upgraded tech. You know, you got the base and the 3D core profile. I think those are the two biggest standouts. Matt Smith, what do you prefer for summertime, South America or Australia and New Zealand? Matt, dude, I haven't been to South America yet, so we're gonna find out. But I think South America is gonna be awesome. Hopefully, we get some good powder turns down there. But I think I'll probably lean more towards New Zealand, Australia, just because the infrastructure is going to be better over there. But I really don't know, man. We'll see. You know, be there in like less than a week, so keep you posted. Trevor just ordered the new Signal Disruptor. Do you have any experience with the Disruptor? I don't, man. I've seen Kyle Mack shredded up on it, but I haven't ridden it myself, man. We got Jonathan Buckhouse on the chat. What's up, dude? Shout out to Jonathan. Go check out his channel. He's posting awesome content all the time over there. Hope to ride with you again soon, man. Johnny Snipes out here in Boulder, Colorado. Soon to be Denver. Nice. Moto P, have you ridden boards from the Shaper series from Never Summer besides the Instigator? No, the Instigator's the one for now. I think that's the only one on the Shaper series I've ridden so far. But hoping to do like all the Never Summer boards again this year. It's been too long since I've gotten on the Funslinger and the Proto and the West and the, all those other boards. New board with the super chat, just hashtag travel and beer fund. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, new board. We'll put the donations to good use, I promise. There's a lot going into these trips. I'm literally going to be traveling for 2 months straight. It's going to be crazy. Blood Brother 55. Do you have any tips for getting back into snowboarding after an injury? Yeah, man. So the last big injury I had, I guess, was when I hurt my shoulder, and just do the physio that you can to strengthen it, let it heal up 100% before you get back out there, so you don't re-injure it worse, and take it slow. Get back on your feet, try to avoid any falls until you really get whatever was injured back 100%, and just try not to let the mental game slow you down. Gemma Spencer, what's up, Gemma? Notorious HAN, what's up, TJ? Love that you travel all over for snowboarding. Obviously, it's costly and requires planning. Is there an efficient way of doing it? Definitely, I think the biggest thing is try to plan those larger trips with a group. That's a great way to cut down costs, to be sharing everything, maybe 4 ways. I think 4 is probably like the ideal number to travel with. That way, everything from accommodation to cars to chairlifts can all be shared within the group pretty easily. And making sure you're planning far enough in advance. 2 months, I think, is pretty ideal. Definitely at the 1 month mark, that's cutting it pretty close. And just make sure you've ran through all the scenarios kind of in your mind, so you've booked everything. You've got your flight, how you're going to get to the airport, your accommodation, how, if you need a rental car, your passes. Make sure you've packed the appropriate boards and all the other gear you're going to need, and you should be pretty solid. But yeah, splitting it with a group is super helpful. All All right, and we got Ivan Pierce. What's up, Ivan? Good to see you, man. Really enjoying the mountain bike videos on top of the snowboarding. Question: how long should I expect to get out of my boots? Getting a new pair to go with my War Pig. Sick, man. Um, I would say, you know, I in the past I've pushed boots to like 100 days, 120 days, like really, riding them for a long time. Once they've kind of gotten nasty, they're starting to break down, they've lost all their stability. Like you can ride a boot out, as long as there's not like holes in it and water coming in and stuff like that. But I would say probably like 50, 60 days. And that's about the life of a boot, depending how hard you're riding, what conditions you're riding in. But I think more than trying to put like a day number on it, it's just kind of paying attention to once the boots broke in, how they felt when you really liked them, versus, kind of paying attention to how they're breaking down and when they start to feel really soft and they're not really doing their job anymore. That's going to be kind of when you want to start looking at some new boots. Or obviously, if some of the stuff is breaking, you got a sole peeling off, you got stitching, you know, breaking and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, you can get them to, they'll last a while for sure. All right. Mikal Zosman, favorite snowboard backpack. I think it's the one that I just picked up this season. Same backpack that Kevin has, the Dakine Heli Pro 24 liter. Great backpack, and fits everything. All the film gear in it. Like you don't. It's got a pretty tall main pocket, so that's really convenient for like poles for the GoPros and the gimbals and things like that. You don't have to worry about taking everything apart. It just fits in there, and it also has all the compartments you need for backcountry if you're doing that kind of stuff. So the Dakine Heli Pro 24 liter has been great. Ethan P, what's up, dude? From Silverthorne. Awesome. All right, guys, let's try to get a couple more questions here. But before I jump into that, I just want to say thank you to everyone that did the super chat today. Ivan Pierce, Newboard, Matthew Sweeney, Roy Forrest, J Dub, Osvaldo. I really, really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for supporting, what I'm doing here on YouTube and helping out with the trips coming up. You guys, by watching the videos, doing the super chats, using the links in the description before you purchase gear, all that stuff, you guys are my sponsor. So thank you guys so much for everything. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos. All right. So Newboard, TJ, have you ever tried wakeboarding in a cable park? I did it last week, did a video of it. Nice, I'll have to check it out, man, see if it's on the channel. No, I haven't, but I think that's something that I want to do while I'm in Sydney instead of going scuba diving. It's a little bit less costly, but I think the main reason I want to do it is because I get motion sick really easily, and I'm scared if I book the scuba thing, I'm out on a boat on the Great Barrier Reef and I get sick, and then I can't scuba dive and I'm stuck on that boat. Sounds just like a nightmare scenario. I think it's pretty likely, so I'm thinking maybe instead of that, I'm going to opt to go to the cable park for a week and learn how to do that and just hang out around Sydney. So that's what I'm leaning towards right now, at least. Andrew Davison, what's up, man? Moto P, did you prefer last year Niseko or the year before on the main island, Hakuba, etc.? Niseko, and I think a lot of that is just because we got so much more snow and the snow quality was better. I also think the infrastructure is a little bit better up in Niseko. Um, so I think I got to go with Niseko, man. But I want to give Hakuba another chance. I don't know, man. They were both amazing, but I got to give it to Niseko. How hard is it to find season housing end of October in Whistler? It is very, very difficult. I luckily have my housing situation already kind of lined up for when I come back to Whistler in October. Um, so, yeah, the sooner you can lock something in, Gemma, the better. Um, I know it's hard when you're not actually physically here. You might be able to find something before you come here, but um, it gets kind of tough. That's like one of the hardest times of the year because everyone's coming in at that time. So I wish you luck. Make an ad for yourself on Craigslist so people that don't have their places out there can still find you as a potential tenant. Join all the Facebook groups, check Craigslist every day, and hopefully you find something. Ethan says Uber does heli tours out to the Barrier Reef. Crazy. Through Uber? Just gonna Uber a helicopter, no big deal. Yeah, I definitely want to do some sightseeing around the area as well if I don't do the scuba thing, so we'll see what happens. Imperial Sludge, what's the best way to learn new tricks? Hiking a rail. If you're trying to learn rail tricks, just hiking the same feature over and over again is probably the best way to learn a trick. Just repetition, getting as many laps as you can. Uh, Pe- Pedrovaz 24. Do you recommend the Solomon Pulse? I'm a beginner. I think the Solomon Pulse. I've never actually ridden it, but I think that it's comes in at a great price point. I believe it's that opening price point from Solomon, and I think it's camber dominant, soft flexing board if I remember correctly. So yeah, I think for your first board, if you're looking for that real budget option, the Solomon Pulse could be good, or the Solomon Sight actually might be the one that I'm thinking about. But both coming at a great price. Check out the top big boards video. I back all those boards. They're on Snowboard Pro Camp. So yeah, check out that video. I think the Solomon Sight is one of the boards in the video. Ocean rides. Yes, man. Heading to New Zealand in September, man. Right at the beginning of the month. Can't wait to see you guys down there. Riding Cardrona. It's going to be epic. And we got Brandon McConkey. How big of a super chat will it take to get you to come down to Utah to ride Brighton? But seriously, if you ever think about coming here, I'd be happy to pitch in and offset some of the expense. Oh, Brandon, man, thank you very much. That's so generous, dude. Um, I I don't expect anyone, one person, to like, sponsor a trip, but I really appreciate the generosity there, man. Um, I've ridden Brighton once in the past with Kevin and I's mutual friend Garrett a few years ago. I only was able to spend one day there, but it was a ton of fun, and I definitely want to go back and check it out. So if we get down to Utah this upcoming season, we'll definitely spend some time in Brighton, man. And thank you for the super chat, Brandon. It's super helpful, especially right now before all these travels. Carmela King, have a great time in Aussie, New Zealand, and Chile. Too bad I'll be in school when you're on those trips. Carmela, thank you. And she says, I love you guys. Thank you so much, Carmela. I appreciate the support and checking out the videos. Soken, hey TJ, Warpig or Orca? Depends what you want to use it for, but for like powder, freeride, Orca, for more freestyle, I'd probably go Warpig. Both going to be good all mountain boards though. Grant Zhao, will you ever come down to ride in Washington? Hoping to get down to Baker this season and maybe some other spots too, Grant. So we'll keep you posted, man. Spencer Hess, what's up, man? All right, and Ivan Pierce saying you should visit the Remarkables in New Zealand while you're there. It has the most spectacular view over Queenstown and some great bowls and shoots. Second person to recommend Remarkables. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to check it out. But I think I'm gonna call it there, guys. I still got a ton of stuff to do today. Basically, over by tomorrow, I'm trying to be fully moved out of my spot, and then we're heading to Chile on Thursday. So thank you guys so much for all the great questions today. I appreciate you taking some time to hang out. Going to try to do a live chat next week in Chile. We'll see how the Wi-Fi situation is. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. In the meantime, we'll be posting tons of stories and posts over there. My Instagram is at Board Archive. Kevin's is at Snowboard Pro Camp. And yeah, very excited to head out on this crazy adventure over the next couple of months, guys. So lots of videos to come, and we'll see you in a new one soon. Thanks again, guys. I appreciate it. Bye.